Sometimes their supplier do not know how to prep, how to pack the products according to Amazon requirements, and so our customers, the Amazon seller, they need someone to help them.
So thank you everybody for tuning in to another Global from Asia TV series. We are here in the office of Forest Shipping and we have the CEO and founder, Forest. Thank you for being here.
Yeah. Hi, Mike.
Great. So can you introduce a little bit about the company here? You do specifically FBA shipping and logistics for sellers around the world?
Okay. Hello everyone. My English name is Forest, and our company is just Forest Shipping. The name was just after my English name. Our company was built in 2010, and our main business is to provide the shipping service to Amazon FBA sellers, and also we have some shipping service for traditional and traditional business.
Great. So 2010, that was pretty early. I think FBA wasn't as mature, as big as it is now.
Yeah.
And how did you discover the market or the need for this service?
How do we discover the market, right? Since we built in 2010, my customer, they are just my friends. They do some. They do not know much about the international trade or international shipping. They are some very young people. They sell in eBay and in some overseas website that I don't know. They need someone to help them to provide the door-to-door service. They are just my friends, so I help them, and we talk and we communicate very deeply. Just from 2010, my customers, they are doing some small business for e-commerce. Just after 2012, after 2 years of my business built, and Amazon has opened their arms to China seller. So my customer and also my friends just enter the Amazon market, and then my service just followed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just follow my friends and requirement, and I learn from them, and I communicate, and they teach us how the e-commerce shipping was like.
So yeah, I think that's really important for people listening and watching to learn from is listening to your customer, your user, learning from them.
Yeah.
And so you did traditional logistics as well as FBA, and like you mentioned, the Chinese market for FBA opened in 2012.
Yeah.
So that must have really changed the business a lot.
You mean change our business? It's not about change. I think it's about to improve or let our business more complex and more international. I think because in the very first beginning, our customer, the small e-commerce seller, they just let us ship to their warehouse or their partner warehouse. Is a simple door-to-door shipping. But for the Amazon FBA, we need to know how to make appointment with Amazon. We need to follow the Amazon's delivery guidance and the instruction, and we need pallet, and we need to know how to load the container. So this just make our shipping more professional, I think.
I could imagine. So that's called Amazon Prep Service, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people watching are familiar with it, but do you want to share a little bit more about what is involved with prepping for Amazon?
Prepping for Amazon, I think this is usually applied for foreign Amazon seller, because they are just in in foreign country, not in China, and they buy from their supplier. Sometimes their supplier do not know how to prep, how to pack the products according to Amazon requirements, and so our customers, the Amazon seller, they need someone to help them to pack the products or label the products and pallet the products, or even store them in some warehouse and then ship. So our job is to pick the products from supplier and deliver to our warehouse, and then when do the label the product and then label the cotton, and then we ship to our customers outside the warehouse.
Makes sense. Yeah. So I think I understand a lot of the foreign sellers, like you mentioned, they're not as familiar with China logistics, China suppliers. And I think a lot of them want to buy from multiple factories and consolidate here and then prep together.
They buy from different suppliers. Like they buy some especially for some US Amazon sellers, they buy like from south and from north. So their supply may across China, and we need to collect from different places of our country, and then do the gathering in our warehouse.
Yes, that's an important service. I think a lot of people that are tuning in will understand that if you don't have a good supply chain, e-commerce is a lot about logistics and supply chain.
Yes.
So it's good do you have the way to help foreigners or the international sellers to navigate China more? Some questions coming up is like a lot of people get FOB Ningbo, FOB Shenzhen. Should they send separately, or should they consolidate, even if it's a Ningbo or Zhejiang factory or like a Guangdong factory? What do you normally? I mean, I guess it depends on the size. If it's like a LCL, like not a full container, should they try to consolidate the shipments, or should they send separately?
I think that sometimes it depends on our customer, their strategy. In the very first beginning, I think most of our customers, they just ship from different ports to Amazon directly. At that time, I think their selling price in Amazon maybe it's quite good. I think so they can bear the shipping rate to ship separately. But I just found from last year, and many customers ask us if we can combine some shipment from different places because they want to save the shipping cost. Then we tell them that you can save the shipping cost by combination, but the shipping time, the transit time might be longer. So it depends on our customer if they want to save cost or if they want the quicker shipping time.
Understand.
But if they, it depends on customer. Anyway, we can provide the service they want because we do a lot of the consolidation service in our warehouse.
Nice. So I think one other thing I've noticed is EXW and FOB, because a lot of foreigners don't have the export license. They can't do the VAT rebate. They should still do FOB price with consolidation? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. For some suppliers, they have the export license. Then sometimes they just choose the FOB term with the Amazon seller, the buyer. And so at this time, then Amazon seller, they do not worry about how to export. But for some, maybe some local, some inland Amazon supplier, they have no export license. Then we can provide the license, but the license, our export license cannot get the VAT rebate. There's no VAT return. Yeah, this is not allowed.
I see.
And also there's some company in China, they just provide some such the exporting service.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So just to summarize to viewers, what's happening is a lot of times, most of the time, factories quote FOB, which is free on board. It means to the port, usually Ningbo or Shenzhen, maybe Hong Kong. But sometimes you might want and it's usually in USD, US dollars, right? Yeah. But then if sometimes you might want the EXW or X Works price, which is in RMB, which is Chinese yuan currency. Yeah. But people think that's cheaper, but usually it's more expensive because it has the VAT tax in it. So sometimes, even in my own FBA businesses and experiences, the markets like Huachanbei or Yiwu or these markets, they don't have the export license. You just pay them RMB cash for the cartons. Okay. And then you need to, I think you cannot get the rebate, so you just lose the rebate price.
I think, to do the VAT rebate, the VAT return, the process is not so
it's
simple.
very complicated.
Yeah, it's very difficult, complicated. Like if you want to do the VAT rebate, then you may need hire professional accountant to do that. You need to pay more energy and time. I think if your export volume is not so much, I think it's not very necessary to do the VAT rebate.
Yeah. So I always tell people, you can always save money later. I mean, I know you don't want to lose money or pay higher fees, but I think people should still focus on marketing and sales.
Yeah.
The business of getting more customers, not the business of tax rebates with FAPiao and VAT and all that. Even in China, people don't like to do it. So if you're overseas in the USA, it's almost impossible to worry about it. And so I think people, if you pay X Works, don't even expect to get the rebate. So yeah, I can agree. It's definitely cheaper and faster to do the prep here in China. Can we get some ideas of how much time it could be to do that? Or is there a way to estimate? I know it depends on the product and the quantity, but is there some ways we could get some ideas of how much time some sellers should expect to consolidate and prep their shipment?
I think that it really depends on the quantity. Like if you have 100 pieces, you have 1,000 different. And our warehouse for prepping service is in Shenzhen.
Okay.
Like if our customers have supplier in northern city, then we need to pick up from northern city, then transport from there to our warehouse. Then shipping time is like 2 to 3 days. And after the products arrive in our warehouse, it depends on the product quantity. But anyway, we can control the time to 1 week. We finish.
That's great. So I think for just me to summarize, or maybe correct me if I make a mistake. Of course, they have to buy from the factory, manufacture the goods. What about packaging? Do you recommend they do that? That should be still done at the factory, like the color box and the packaging. Do you provide that service? Do you think it's better they package here, or should they package at the factory for the assembly, probably at the factory, and then they send to you in the carton, and then you prep for Amazon the cartons and then palletize it, and then you ship it to Amazon USA?
If you mean for the product in a package, then we recommend our customer to choose to pack in factory, because the supplier is more familiar for the products. They know how to pack well. Based from experience, we do have some customers. They send the package from the carton factory, and then they ask some supplier, the product suppliers ship the product to our warehouse, then when we use the carton or the sandbox to pack the products. But I think we're not very good at that, because sometimes the product is very special, and we are not professional at it. I think one bad experience, maybe in 2015, we have a Japanese customer. They found our package is not quite well. He just fly from Japan to our warehouse. Wow. And then replace the cut package by himself. So wow. we advise it's better to pack the products, just the products by supply themselves.
Okay, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, so it's good. It's I think everyone listening, tuning in, appreciates you're usually. I don't want to say in China, a lot of people say no problem, I can do everything. But you are able to say what you are good at or prefer to do, and what maybe is better someone else does. So I don't have a box near me, but basically the color box, with that the packaging, the retail packaging, inner packaging would be done at the factory, with the specifications of the customer, of the buyer, and then the inner carton and the master carton would be also packed at the factory, or would that be packed? Would they send it to you just with the retail packaging, not really cartons, or should they have cartons sent?
They should have the carton sent to us. Okay. And with the inner package inside. After the carton arriving in our warehouse, when we sort or we separate as per our customer requirement.
Yeah. Because in my experience, a lot of times the factory doesn't know about the Amazon requirements. Yeah. Okay, this has been an interesting talk, and I like how you were saying that you have your strengths, and then the factories can do the packaging, and then you can consolidate and prep and then ship to Amazon. It's mostly, do you normally do FCL, LCL by sea or by air? And then what's the normal use case? Maybe we can talk about some examples for shipping to Amazon.
For FCL, it's for full container load, and if the supplies shipment volumes is enough for 4 containers, then we call it FCL. But most of the time, then we ship by LCL for our customer, because their volume is not so big. Then we need combine the different the shipment from different customer into one container, and this is called LCL, less than 1 container load. So, just because the volume, for some Amazon sellers, they do not want to ship so much for one time, or they do not have so much volume in the inventory volume in Amazon warehouse, so they just ship by LCL, like 5 or 10 cubic meter, and we combine them with other supplies, with other Amazon sellers shipment together in one container.
So just my summary is, so even I was mostly, when I did e-commerce, we're starting e-commerce again, LCL is the most common. It means, like you said, less than container load. So logistics companies like you consolidate multiple people's shipments into one container, and then ship that to that port, say LA. Mostly it's Los Angeles, right?
It's not mostly Los Angeles. I think sometimes it depends on the final destination. Our routine is like when you ship to the final port or the final train station, or some CFS, that is the customer warehouse, where is the nearest to Amazon warehouse, not just LA, because LA is in west coast of US, it actually is very far to some Amazon warehouse.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. I understand. And then so it's back to LCL. It's mostly, that means sea. Does people do air mostly, or is always mostly sea what you see are working with?
I think they are the same. It depends on the customers, their decision if they want to ship, they want the product arrive earlier, and they want to sell fast, or if they just want to prepare the inventory and they save the shipping cost, then they ship by sea.
Okay.
Yeah. For our company, we have around 75% of shipment is by sea, and then the left is by air or by express.
Got it. And I think you might think it's hard to believe, or many people in China hard to believe, but many foreigners never see their product or even go to the factory or even see their product when it's sold to the customer, because now there's FBA. So many people are in, I don't know if you know, many are in Thailand or they're in Vietnam.
Yes.
I think many of people you work with are there too. They're digital nomads and they source on maybe global stores, Alibaba, or it's online, and then they use your service, consolidate, and they ship to USA, and then they send to the customer. So I thought it'd be nice today, we will take a little tour of some facilities so that people can see the container shipments, the consolidation, some products, because I think a lot of people don't see that. So let's take a look.
Okay.
Okay, and let's take a look at the office. So Forrest, where are we now?
This is our operation office for the sea and air department.
Okay, great. So for those that were watching, we hope you get some more ideas of what actually happens to your products when you're buying from the factory and selling on Amazon. I still think it's funny, a lot of these, myself included, never see our products in real life and make a full-time business from it. So getting towards the end of our business talk, what are some of the common mistakes or problems you see some of you, especially the foreigners or the international sellers, making when they're dealing with the factory and shipping with you?
I think it's not about mistakes. I think it's about the ignorance for international shipping or international trade, because some of our customers, they are like mom or pop. Yeah, the Amazon is not their major business. They may do Amazon as a part-time job. They take the international shipping very easy. Like when we tell them the ETA, the estimated time of arrival is like maybe today or tomorrow, then they will ask if the shipment can be delivered to Amazon just one day after the ship arrival. So they make the shipping plan by their own idea. So so they do not know that we need more time to do some other thing, like we need to pick a shipment out of port or out of warehouse. When clear shipment, then we do the palletization in US, then we deliver to Amazon, or before we, after we make appointment. So I think we need maybe 1 week or even longer time. But there's some customers that do not expect that. They just wait very urgently from the cargo delivered to Amazon. That they are not quite understand the process. So sometimes the delivery time, the actual arrival time is later than expectation. This will maybe destroy their plan.
I mean, I understand. I understand everyone wants to sell on Amazon right away. It takes a long, especially the first time you start to sell online or Amazon, especially if you're buying from a Chinese factory. You have to source the product, order it, hopefully it's QC or quality control, send consolidation, prepping, and then LCL or shipping on the sea is a few weeks. So I tell people at least 3 or 4 months, really. It depends. You also got to find the right product. So at least maybe even half a year, really. Right?
Yes, that's right.
So I think that's, a lot of people think they can just make money online. Like you said, they're part-time. They have a job, and they want to make some money on part-time. They need to realize, especially if you're buying from a factory, it's going to take a long time, and you're going to have to learn a lot too. So I think people learn from today, sharing, and we also want to dive in about your story. It's just interesting. So you've been an entrepreneur. This was 2010. It started.
Yeah.
But even before, were you doing your own business or? Before
2010, I work in just also a shipping company, but I work as a marketing. I need to know the whole market in the shipping, in Shenzhen shipping.
Cool.
We need to know who is the advantage and disadvantage for different shipping company, and we need to cooperate with them, and we need to sell our own products, our own the console service to the other counterpart, our competitor.
Okay. And then it's we try to have more female women entrepreneurs on the show, and it's great to see you successful with this. It's 8 years now, and
8 years.
And I'm sure it was many hard, long nights. And you also are married with a baby.
Yeah, I have 2 kids.
2 kids.
Yeah.
So I also have a family, and it's my wife is behind the camera today helping. So I understand that. It must be challenging to run the business while being a mother, or is that, how do you manage your personal and business?
It's very hard to manage them, to balance them. I think for me, and I indeed do a lot of sacrifice for the basic family. I have not so much time to take care of the kids, or even take care of my husband. They just take care by themselves. But I just try to spend some time to stay together with them, or eat together with them. But I think before 2014, I have some time to stay with my family and to take care of my kids. But after 2014, because many Chinese administrators, they come to our business for shipping. We become very busy, terrible busy, and I really have no time to think about more the family union, because I think this is very hard for me to give the plenty time to my family, because the shipping business is the door-to-door service is very long process. If we have one mistake just from one process, then the whole process will be very difficult and will cause a lot of loss for our customer. And if for the customer they complain our service, they may spread the complaint from among their friends, then this will affect our business. Yeah.
I know it's good. I mean that you really care about your customer. I feel I know some of your customer, they talk to me like Eric in LA. He said he met you, but I think many people are happy with your service, and I think many foreigners need someone like you here that really seems to care about their business and their order. So I'm happy to have you on the show today. And how can people find about your business online?
We have a website, the www.foreignshipping.com, and usually our customers they view our website and they can leave message and send a message to us. Then we have a overseas customer service team. We have 10 person,
Wow.
2 boys and 8 girls
Wow.
to follow the request by the foreign Amazon seller.
Okay.
For 10 customer service, we assign the customer service for our Amazon seller. So if the Amazon seller work with us, their shipment will be monitored, will be followed just by one person in our company.
Great. Yeah, that's good. So they have the personal relationship or the service.
Yeah. The personal relationship, the just one person, the keep contact will be the major will be solving all the problem for this customer. They can talk by phone or by Skype, by email, and anyway they can find our customer service.
Awesome. Yeah. All right, Forrest, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you at the Cross Border Summit.
Okay, thank you.